Hi guys, welcome to Mala's Verse. Welcome if you're new here. Welcome if you have been here before. I've messed up the intro a few times, so that's why I'm laughing. Thank you for joining me in today's reading. And today's reading is that for the zodiac sign of Taurus. And Taurus, before we get into your reading, take a few deep breaths, breathe out through your mouth. So, Taurus, your main message is Eight of Acorns or the Eight of Wands, which tells me that you're trying to hurry something, you're trying to make haste with something that needs more time, needs more time to process, rather. And I understand why, because the bottom deck energy here is the Moon, Queen of Swords, Tower, and the King of Swords. So, to be honest with all these three cards here, I'm going to hold these two cards so that it's visible to you. So we have the Tower and the King of Swords here. Taurus, you are energetically being represented by the King of Swords. So this Queen of Swords seems like another person. This very well could be romantic connection or just a partnership. As I was saying, Taurus, this could be any sort of partnership, or this could be a connection with a project, or maybe just a way of thinking that you're trying to adapt. Because with the Moon card here, you were certainly in a position of confusion. There were a lot of things coming, um, energetically coming to the surface, but you were not able to pinpoint what's happening. So that must have been creating illusions in your head, or you know essentially confusion, because even wow, the entire deck flipped over. But anyway, even before the Moon, we have nine of acorns, five of crystals, and the 10 of shells, which is nine of wands, five of pentacles, and 10 of shells, which is the 10 of cups. So from nine of acorns, we are going to the five of pentacles, which is loss, feeling abandoned, or this could may very well be financial loss also for some of you, or loss of some sort of recognition or some result that you had acquired, and that definitely was had left you in a state of desperation and desolation as well. But somehow, with the 10 of cups here, what I'm receiving is something had shown up in your life which was showing, or promising a sense of emotional fulfillment, but it was also clouding your judgment, and you knew about this because you just knew that there is some uncertainty with this thing, which could be this partnership. And even though it was the 10 of cups, even though it was a fulfilling energy, you felt like there is something amiss, but you could not pinpoint it. So now with the Queen of Feathers and the King of Feathers, both are partners, but we have equal partners rather, but we have Tower in between. And I feel like the difference here is the Queen of Feathers is represented by a bat, which is more so an aerial or air-based, wind-based energy, and it's mostly an air-based animal. I hope I'm right. But with the lion here being represented by the King of Feathers, it's um you know an animal based on the land. So air and land, it's again air and earth, both are almost opposing, and or not almost, they are opposing energies. And so even though there was a lot of intellectual familiarity or similarity between the two of you, there were really different opinions or different ways of being, rather, not opinions, which you may not have seen before. And that's why there was a confusion, but there was still some clarity in terms of the congruence in your energies, and more so in thought process wise, rather than how you live life or how you are being. And that is what I perceive has caused the Tower here, this breaking down of a false foundation, especially because this is a very nuanced energy where you had to dig deeper, or dive into this connection rather to understand what the difference is. And definitely with the Tower card, it may not have been the most pleasant of an experience. And so the thing is, Taurus, you're still trying to actualize this. Sorry, you're trying to logicalize this, but you need to look at these icons here. You have to step back and see what lessons did you learn, what were the things that you missed before that you can now take forward as learnings for yourself in any sort of a connection. And especially how not I mean, like, only emotional, sorry, only intelligence level of compatibility may not always work for you. There is more earthy, grounded energy also required for you, because you're being represented by the lion here energetically. And this person with the Queen of Feathers being a bat, I feel like they might be more imaginary, or more not, even if it's not imaginary, they might not go through the process of understanding their emotions on a physical level, whereas you would like to ground them. So there might have been a lot of fights or miscommunication happening because of this, or misinterpretation of each other's words, because of which the tower must have happened. So even if this has come to an end, or if there is a difference of opinion, or there's, some clash going on, instead of trying to hasten the process of feeling relief in any way, shape, or form, maybe you're trying to reconcile whatever it may be. Before reconciliation, what you need to look at is, with these icons, what were the good moments that you guys had, and also what were the good moments you had with the specific situation, if it's not a person. But more than that, with the Eight of Icons, collect the learnings from this and ground them, rather than trying to maneuver through the challenges right now and trying and find a resolution right away. You need to give the time of processing. You need to give more time to the process of processing what has happened. Don't quicken the process of processing the entire situation. So I'm going to pull one, because that's, yeah, we have Nine of Crystals at the bottom of the deck, but it's being represented by a spider, which can be intimidating. So people might be intimidated by you in some way, shape, or form, which they might not tell you, or may be scary for them, because Nine of Crystals is Nine of Pentacles. It's your independence, it's your financial grounding that you have already. And not just that, but in the earth realm, you have a command of your life. You have a command on your material aspects, on your physical life, which might be intimidating to people and creates confusion, fear, and stuff like that, if they are also not at that level, if they are not grounded especially. So you need to come to a point where you are able to be an allowance of everyone's perspective. What, baby, because this energy has an aerial perspective, you have a more grounded perspective. So honoring and being an allowance of each other, regardless of whatever happens in the connection in the future. Before reconciliation, please take time out to understand what has occurred and what projections may you have had, because we do have the moon before the Queen of Swords. There might have been some preconceived notions, some misconceptions, or some projections of your own fear in some way, shape, or form, which might have come in place of this entire in between this entire connection. So take note of that instead of moving past this quickly. So I'm going to pull one last oracle card for you, Taurus, to end the reading here. We have Sea Goddess of Courage, authentic communication. As I was saying, there must have been some issue with communication. And we have Heart Chakra Gateway at the bottom of the deck with number 2. It says love capacity expansion. So it does feel like this is a relationship, most likely. but what you need to embrace is sea goddess of courage. It's again number 8, and number 8 is here as well. So calm, collected, and a grounded communication is required, rather than moving through all the shots being fired at you with defense. And we have yeah, so authentic communication, it's very heart based communication that you need to have, and be in allowance of yourself and this other person as well, honoring yourself and this other person as well. That's the message coming through. Don't try to jump to conclusions, essentially, Taurus. So Taurus, that's all that I have for you. Thank you so much for joining. I hope that this was helpful in some way, shape, or form. Do share your thoughts in the comment section below. Do like, share, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Thank you again so much for joining, and I hope to see you in future readings. Bye bye.